There's a wild bird in Africa that walks up to humans, makes a specific call, and leads them to honey. No one trained it. No one tamed it. It is a wild animal that chose on its own to go into business with us. And the deal it offers is so old that we may have been making it before we were fully modern humans. The bird is called the honeyguide, and it has a problem. It loves beeswax. It can actually digest it, which almost no animal can. But it cannot get into a beehive. Bees live deep in hollow trees, behind a wall of stinging defenders. The honeyguide can find the hive. It just cannot open it. Humans have the opposite problem. We can open anything. We have fire to calm the bees, tools to break the tree, hands to pull out the comb. What we are not good at is finding the hive in the first place. The hive is hidden, high up, scattered across kilometers of bush, so the bird that can find but not open met the animal that can open but not find, and they made a deal. Here is how it actually works today, right now, in places like Tanzania and Mozambique. A person makes a special sound, a particular call that means I am ready to follow. The honeyguide hears it, comes in, and starts flying from tree to tree, calling back, waiting, leading. The human follows. The bird guides them, sometimes for over a kilometer, straight to a hidden hive. The human makes fire, smokes out the bees, breaks the tree open, and takes the honey. And then, this is the part that matters. The human leaves the wax for the bird. Both sides hold up their end. The human gets honey they could never have found alone. The bird gets wax it could never have reached alone. Two completely different species with no shared language, running a coordinated business based entirely on trust. And it works often enough that both sides keep showing up. And we can measure how real this is. When researchers played the specific human honey hunting call, the honey guides were far more likely to come and cooperate than when they heard random human sounds. The bird is not just reacting to any person. It is listening for the signal that means a deal is on the table. It has learned our call, and different human groups use different calls. And the local birds know the local one. That is not instinct alone. That is a tradition shared between a species of ape and a species of bird, passed down on both sides. Now sit with how old this might be. The honey-guide relationship exists across human groups whose ancestors split from each other an extremely long time ago, which suggests the partnership is not a recent trick. It may go back tens of thousands of years, possibly to before our species had spread out of Africa at all. There is a real chance that this exact deal, the call, the following, the wax left behind, was already running when humans were still figuring out the basics. A working contract between two wild species, older than agriculture, older than writing, older than almost everything we think of as human. And honey was not a small thing to early humans. It is one of the most energy-dense foods in nature. Pure, fast calories in a world where calories were the entire game. Some researchers think regular access to honey may have helped feed the one organ that makes us us, the brain, which is enormously expensive to run. If that is right, then a partnership with a small wild bird was not a curiosity. It was fuel for the thing that built everything else. So, here's the whole picture. A weak, slow ape with clever hands and control of fire. A small wild bird with the ability to find what the ape cannot. Neither one planned it. Neither one can speak to the other. And somehow they built a partnership so reliable that it has outlasted empires, and it is still happening this year in the bush, exactly the way it happened thousands of years ago. A human makes a sound, a wild bird answers, and together they do something that neither of them could ever do alone. That, more than the spear and more than the fire, might be the most human thing of all. We did not just cooperate with each other. We figured out how to cooperate with an animal that was never ours, and we kept the deal.